Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute. This music isn't right. The scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermorians. I'm your host of the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming at you over the airways on WNTF. Nevermind the Furthermore. Nevermind the Furthermore is brought to you with the love and support of our good friends over at the Independent Creator Directory, your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest authors, artists, musicians, and creatives. Friends, you could go over there. We are, believe it or not, the holiday sales season is upon us. And while I am not pushing the Mariah-ing on anyone, I am saying if you are looking to hire people to do unique creative gifts, not GIFs, because it's not a garage. So it's not a gift. No, gifts. Enunciate. You, too, can hire someone and have something creative, but you have to give them lead-up time. This is not hopping on to Walmart and be like, send me this. No. This, pardon me, is instead getting a custom bespoke gift that will get it. And finding that is hard unless you go to indiecd.org. Got to remember that there's always a never mind. That's how I remember it, but never mind, because it is a very Friday, but it's also very, very much a not the green room. And yes, so that's never indiecd.org. That's O-R-G. Anyway, and if you go at this link, I get a little bit kickback. If you want a place where you can be hosted and know you will be safe, go there. For a low one-time fee of $40, you can have lifetime membership, access to the secret community blogs, access to the community calendar so people can know where you are. You simply say, hey, Joe, I'm going to be at this convention at this time. And the overworked and underappreciated dark overlord of all things Indie CD makes it happen. And for the first 100 people, which, oh, no. While I hit that, it tried to scroll all over my page. It's going to be one of those days. Who use Podcast One, all caps, PODCAST1, Podcast One. It gets it done. will get all of that for half off. The best deal in internet hosting you're ever going to find. Now, we are also made possible by sales of the Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, and the Simple Spear, all part of my ongoing series of Western martial arts manuals designed to help you go from having never handled the sword to teaching the art to others. And the Big Stompy Robots Core Rulebook. Because gaming should be inexpensive, easy, and fun. These people take the world too seriously. We are also, I get to talk about this because something really cool is going on. So, we are also made possible by Hanks and Hellfire. A dark secret has claimed 2 lives and is hunting an innocent child at the edge of the Appalachian Mountains. Only his aunt, a plucky reporter, her cameraman, and a very odd cat stand against the forces of darkness. Why did I mention that as we get into my accountability? Accountability, my friend. We mentioned that because a few of my friends, a few of the people who have purchased my lovely book, Hanks and Hellfire, which I do not have any other copies in reach because the last people who were around insisted on buying they want one that's been on TV. And apparently my stream counts as TV, so I'm not going to argue. It went to their to be read pile. And all of a sudden I get this message out of the blue. Nick? Yeah? Those lawyers are creepy. I think they're up to something. And if you know, you know. And if you don't, you need to read that book. On to my lovely bits of accountability. First and foremost, some of you may have joined me for the lovely evening together we had filling in Wednesday for Nevermind the Furthermore, After Dark. And I will remind you, for the good folks who got to witness, Nevermind the Furthermore, After Dark is a slightly more mature, more laid-back version of this program, where anything can happen and often does. There's no guarantee when the next one will be, but I have left the overlay in case it is needed, because After Dark, who doesn't want a good overlay? Now, we had a blast. I got to introduce a few of you to my very bizarre form of mostly reductive 3D rendering. I basically take a chisel to a digital block and make mecha out of it. It works mostly, and whenever there's a little error that does not make sense, I fix it to the best I can, and then Joey or Rich have to suffer trying to turn it into a functioning 3D render, which I appreciate greatly. But you got to enjoy that. Writing-wise, I've done a little bit. I mean, we're talking very few words on Hanks and Hellfire 2, just because I'm at another slog. They happen. I'm waiting for the story to reveal itself, and my brain went, no. My brain told me instead which of the 7 stories that have been floating around in my head, well, at least 7, we'll see how it goes, need to be in the next installment of Through the Thinning Veil. Now, when my brain gives me information like this, being the kind of creature that I am, I have to rapidly get that onto paper, get it started so I don't lose it, and write some notes in shorthand enough that future Nick will understand what present Nick was trying to record. But it's a good feeling. It's a yummy feeling. So, did some writing there, got that set up, few words, but much impact, and I've been tinkering on some other things. I will be promoting more of my books. I'm trying to rotate different ways. I may actually have to make these dread commercials for my books. Although I do hate advertising myself, because whenever I'm advertising myself on my show, I'm not advertising you. And I do feel that my viewers and my sponsors are the ones who deserve, the love and support whenever I can crank it out. But such things will be addressed. I know you guys are getting cranky about that. I did some other things that bear discussion, but the most interesting one, because I'm hoping Thesis, I haven't looked at the chat yet, but I'm pretty sure Thesis is in the chat, or Foxy. This nice and white. This requires laying some groundwork, but my wife, I watched different anime with her, and we watched something called The Apothecary Diaries, which is a anime about a poison tester in the palace of no specific time emperor, of no specific place, but totally China. I admit, one of the things I've always had difficulty with is keeping my Chinese dynasties, my Japanese eras, and then Western timelines blocked out, because I'm going to make it one of these days. I'm going to make a actual timeline that has the parallels all chunked out, because you find interesting things like the mammoths were still alive when the pyramids were started, and things like that. But we went through the series. She enjoyed it. We hit the end of that series, and she's clicking more. I'm like, here, there's no more. More. I want more of this. I don't know how she got on Chinese period dramedy and romance dramedies. These things happen. But she's found a whole bunch of these things, and they're at least subtitled. So we've been watching one that is utterly delightful. When I'm through with the whole thing, to make sure they haven't given you a horrible cut-off ending or something like that, I'll share the link to anybody interested. But we may have started it last night thinking, okay, Xander's gone, taking his bath, gone to bed. We'll watch an episode, maybe two, and see how it is. You know? Okay. 2 a.m. I have the world's most comfortable chair right now because we're plopped out. I'm cuddled with Maddie, and she's playing with my hair and having a grand old time. And I look up, I'm like, I'm a little, oh, bother. And she goes, well, if you're tired, I'll let you sleep and you won't have to ride along. Like, oh, no, you don't get it. It's still Friday. I still have a show. Let's zonk. They're very good. Very entertaining. Very mindful. Very demure. And it's nice because I realize why I don't watch a lot of broadcast American television. Because it's stupid. Or depressing. Right now, there's a lot of stupid and a lot of depressing, and I don't do either very well. This is why the vast majority of my entertainment comes from independently created things on YouTube. Hint, hint, ton of bricks. But, now, I get to see the absolute joy of going to bed, falling asleep, hearing my alarm get off. Okay, man. Ooh. Whoo. That one actually popped nice. 8 o'clock came early, and I look at my clock, and I forget that I had been rather sick, and Maddie had been sick not too long ago, and I had bumped my alarm clock to 9:30. So out comes one of my favorite four-letter words of the poop variety, and the running around to get ready. And yet, still on time, still here, still chill. Life, it is good. Now, sorry. I actually really did what I want to talk about moving and popping my neck. Just violently pop my neck. And I seriously needed it because I have a whole bunch more mobility. But it made me a little dizzy. But we we're getting things rolling. And I am eager for this weekend. I have some projects to do, including I went to upgrade and fix a Nerf gun, and I messed it up. That's not what I said when I did it, but roostering up a thing is not something I want to necessarily say here on purpose. It will come out at some point because it's a nickism, but I try. I do try to watch my vocabulary. So that's coming up. I have an outing coming up. I have a lot of yard work. I did yard work yesterday. Not much, but I'm trying to avoid the Carl, being brought in before the authorities issues. And congratulations for Carl for beating that rap. Stick it to the man, Carl. Sorry, Joe. I know you technically are a subset of the man, but, dude, you're a government authority. It's like, I have to be careful what I say. Yeah. Want maturity? Remember, I am technically the CEO of White Boot Arms and Artistry. So my independent voting, preferably business mistrusting self, has to look in the mirror and go, I guess I couldn't beat them, so I joined them. I am still waiting for my heinous tax breaks and the ability to crush the souls of many for my own amusement. Hasn't come yet, but we're right there in the trenches. So I am looking forward to seeing what you guys are up to, because I'm interesting, and I know I'm interesting. But y'all are wonders of entertainment. So, as is tradition around these parts, I do have to pay the bill and give my minute and a half, roughly, Pledge of Allegiance to the Independent Creator Directory. And yeah, take that one the way you want to take it. If you could see the actual grin that slipped across Joe, but he's also working on things, so I can't bring him up and harass him. But I'll see you in about a minute and a half, folks. Now, why? Lydia, your kids are running around. Lydia. I'm past a minute and a half. Lydia, I know they're growing. Jeez. Things are... We're not spooky yet, but since Plush Elvira moved in and became roommates with Lydia, things have gotten a little strange around here. There's more bizarre mojo happening at every minute. And they're growing so fast. I don't know what's going on around here, but I do know this. I know the chat is always interesting, and hopefully that will grind us. Will make some sense around here. I don't know where that came. My Lord in heaven. Okay. Carl says, I came in, resigned to have to catch up on 30 minutes of chat. Where is everyone? Maybe they slept in like I did. I think we might be fully outside that bizarre blood moon influence that was like supercharging us. And Carl says, wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. Complete it. Don't leave me hanging like that, Carl. That's like going and stopping right there. Are you nuts? Do you realize what agony it is for someone like me not to hear? Many of you aren't old enough to know what the heck that was or why it matters, and that's okay. However, those of you who do know the price of a shave and a haircut is and shall always be 2 bits. Moving on. Well, I just woke up. Well, Dawn, you're helping get up all. I gotta watch that phrasing. Dawn's helping us get up in the morning. Nope, it's still problematic. Oh, don't look at me in that tone of voice. Dawn's helping make our morning a little brighter. We'll put it that way. Right now, and she does because she is many things, including the creator of Buddy and Georgette, her little stories about her cats, which she needs to write more on, so that I have justification for continuing to advertise them more than simply liking to make a lady squeak. Now, see, I'm still in After Dark mentality. I'm going to have to watch it today. The walls are turning green. You realize why I can't have a green screen, don't you? You do realize why I can't have a green screen. Because if I had a green screen, that would mean I'm literally in a green room. And we don't want that, do we? We don't want the level of unhinged that could bring to the table. I am a professional, serious broadcaster. I'm very mindful, very demure. Anyway, good morning, Dawn. Well, she says morning. I said make it good. You and I are the only ones here so far. That's right. Everyone else, you're all illusions. I am but a figment of the universe's imagination, praying that it does not wake up. Sorry, I should have said Dawn. Uh-oh. Okay. Sorry, I saw something. I saw a change and I flashed. I realized that Joe has his non-green screen background up, which could be dangerous. Sister Dawn. Now, y'all, I let this whole Dark Pope thing occasionally go because there's a history. But I do come from a long line of people who are nearly priests and nuns. So why are we saying Sister Dawn? I see this and know. I missed a reference somewhere, and now my brain's going, oh, so sister, ain't that Mr. Anyway, Carl is laughing from the bottom of his black little heart. And Thesis is with us. Hello, Thesis. Tomorrow's stream should be interesting. People are inquisitive. I've had people ask, so who's his guest? It ain't me. So I don't know. Morning, Carl and Dawn. I would have been here sooner, but my computer decided to reboot. That might be what's going on. A lot of people who don't turn their computers fully off, occasionally the update will go, and by the way, reboot, and completely scramble your way of doing things. Thesis! No! You don't grade my papers. I'm not doing a thesis for you. The accidental double entendres today. Ooh, it's chef's kiss. Don't you love those Windows reboots? No, not particularly, no. Man, Carl is batting a low average today. 2 no's already. And Donna's on her way. And if there's anyone who could say no to Carl, it's Donna. Hey, Ella. Hey, Donna. Ella, story of my life, yet people keep hanging around me. Well, it's, we can't fault it. You're just that dang pretty, Carl. There she is. Hi, hun. Hey, what's been doing? And independent creator directory saying good morning. So that's Joe from the background, roughly. And accountability. Brandy and I did such a good job with the yard. The city dismissed my weeds warrant, and there was no fine. See, I was excited about that. I've been following this. Like, I was ready to picket, signs with justice for Carl. Deeds, not weeds. I was prepping. civil action. Oh, Joe! And I saw from her Muncie captures that Trey is working in Timbuktu this morning. That's quite a journey. Could be worse. Could have been Abu Dhabi. But that is awesome, Carl. You guys are up to adventures. Accountability. I did not smack someone who told us to keep on top of the weed situation. Donna, I am not saying that I'm dealing with similar. For probably far worse. I am not saying that I have access to large numbers of very aggressive thistle seeds. That just, I want you to know I am not going to say that. No. Ever since I heard the story of the he's not an arborist, professional, like has a doctorate in dealing with trees, and it might be arborist. He's a gentleman, and he had a tree in his front yard that they wanted to cut down for a sidewalk. He had signed the petition. He signed the paperwork for them to move around it because it was, an old enough tree. It was part of the community kind of thing. And they cut it down. He went on vacation and he named it Henry, and they cut Henry down. 6 months later, the town council got a notice, a little letter in the mail that basically said, it has been 6 months since you, against legal edict, killed Henry, my beloved tree. I am not a violent man. However, I am a petty one. And over the last 6 months, I have peppered the entire region of this lovely town with redwood and sequoia saplings. You will not find them all, because to the untrained eye, when they are young, they're fairly indecipherable from the other trees. But you will when they grow up and they can't have enough root structure. And you have to pay $10,000 a tree to have them removed because they're endangered. I can't bring Henry back, but I can make you suffer. Signed, Dr. So-and-so. That is vicious and criminal and totally inappropriate. Thus, I would never condone it on a public medium. But I have to admit to aspiring to that level of petty. I usually don't do it, but I aspire. And fortunately, at least until tech gets a little bit better, temptation isn't a crime, acting on it is. Now, yes, Dawn, it was so awesome that I offered to buy Donna lunch today. Lunch is something I am pro. I'm in pro lunch. I had a very light breakfast. Hey, Don and Joe, and that would have been a bigger fine, I'm sure. Greetings. A well-meaning friend, one who walks 5 miles per day every morning. I might walk over the course of the day. She could walk around and cut my weeds. And this is the link, I imagine, with his interview. I'm not sure who he's interviewing, but must be fairly significant because he won't tell us. Yay, thesis. Here we go. Hi, Nick. Hi, Carl.
Which is worse, parental interference in your job or a person with a weapon when they shouldn't have one? Working security can be boring, but some conventions are a blast. Find this and all of Donna Carlene's books at lulu.com or look for her on indycd.org.
And accountability. Finished me HC assignment today early. Now on the next step, have an opportunity for IndieCD folks next March. Details coming soon. Actually, 2 opportunities. Don't forget to like and share, folks. One being IndieCD Con, and the other 2 weeks later. IndieCD Con is coming. I'm Itadakimasu. No, we shall see. Okay, I'm intrigued. Hey, Nick. Hey, Dom. I was going to say something relevant, but then you said hi, and all my thoughts just melted out the window. How you doing? Carl jingles coins and slaps donut on the plate. Foxy? Donuts. I'm going to have to see if I have any of the prepackaged donuts that we bought for the little donut things that we bought for StoneCon. And ICD is saying, good morning, Carl, Don, Bladed, Donna, and Foxy. And I'm sorry, I said ICD and I heard ICP. Great. Malenko. Da, 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 da. And then the horrific thing of that is not the set of clown makeup I've been trying to get Joe into, but I could go for some Fago. And while their music isn't always my jam, I do respect their lifestyle. Conjured! Joe munches donuts. Dang it, now I want a donut. Mine. Let's try to control our green room urges for another hour or so. I'm trying 10 hours or so. 10? You ask so much of us. Merely 9.5 now. I think Ted didn't eat all the donut hole. I need to move this where it's a little easier to get to during the show. It's going to be one of those, folks. Nick, you're not the green rooming yourself and laughing at your own jokes. Basically, it's one of those days. I wonder if Joe will be crazy and do some kind of holiday sale to... Oh, no. Not Joe Bachman. The man makes nothing on what he's doing. You can't do that. Joe, don't listen to the angel on your shoulder. Listen to the devil who wants you to get paid. I mean, wait, what? Me? I wouldn't do something crazy like that. Maybe not as crazy next year. No, but I might. Oh, God. This is the second time in a week I've thought about the Michael Keaton classic Multiplicity. I can't have that many Joes simultaneously running around in my mind. I keep saying, Joe. Ask for money for what you do so people can pay you because you are kind and you deserve it. Dang, Joey's on something? Maybe himself. That hurts when I sit down like that. I would never wish that on anyone. Hashtag Tanuki problems. Nope, I am streaming live. I don't recognize that number. And let's see. Nevermind the Furthermore. Brought to you by H&H Chapter 20. Wait. I should check to see if he's under my desk, dear Lord. And we have, as seen on Almost TV. Yes, it's time for me to resurrect the St. Nick's Christmas Ball Facebook group, Creators Christmas Ball Facebook group, which goes dormant until about this time of year, where I let people promote their stuff. It was a proto independent creator directory. It was a good idea, but Joe looked and went, that can be done actually right. And thus, accountability: eat, sleep, work, code, burn, game, stream, rinse. That was oddly hardcore and almost got like the opening in my head of some kind of death metal or something. I was waiting to hit the repeat and just have it break down into the breakdown, repeat. I don't know why we are rocking so very hard today on WNTF, and Nevermind the Furthermore, but we seem to be. Actual accountability. Hit a roadblock with the story I've been working on for a while now. Went back to the story I submitted to Affiliate to expand on that one. It is talking to me again. Isn't that nice? But I have a show that wants to advertise you. See, Joe, she's talking to you right there. It works that way sometimes, Joe. One story shuts down and opens another. Literally what happened to me. It's contagious. Had to stop with Darker Angels because the main character almost died. Now working on the subjugation of Jeff and something new. I need to be a little quicker on the trigger for this. Whips and chains and Roombas thesis? Well, wrong button. Man, my brain was like, yeah, Nick, it's time to go. It's time to go. No, it's not. I have work to do. And good morning. Happy Friday, everyone. I rather enjoyed NTF After Dark. It was a nice change of pace. Thank you for filling in a time slot that would have been otherwise unoccupied. Yes, it was a little different, a little more pleasant, but these things happen. You have to deal with Rowdy Morning Nick trying to stay awake. Hey, Chris, and the squee that bends you to the knees. I would be most interested to know what this show is that had you so captivated. If you like Chinese period romance, I still suggest checking out The Untamed. It is called New Life, and it is... Oh, okay. Of the nations, the central nation is the one that is in charge, Nation of Z. It's hard for me to pronounce. And there happens to be only one girl who could be selected as a candidate to be a concubine or wife for the Lords of Z. It's their way of folding everyone into the community. And they come from each nation. Well, our heroine protagonist is a girl named Li Wei, and she did not want to be selected. She wanted to stay home and eat well. That's her life. And she went to great efforts to fail the test and do everything, but instead was selected. When I say hilarity ensues, I mean it. Hilarity actually does quite ensue. It's very good. Now, let's see, where are we? Like I said, I will genuinely show the links, but I don't trust you guys to not binge it and then spoil for me. So, hey, Chris. And if there's an anime you'd rather that version, but I prefer the live version. We'll see. Nick says this, as I know Doctor is running for city council. See? You all are becoming the powers of the man. I'm here for it. And Foxy's done lurking. Hello, hijinks. And us makes sense. He's in trouble. Eggs and bacon. You never heard wakey, wakey, eggs and bacon. Oh, God. My babies. And I often have to be disappointed by the lack of eggs and bacon. If we didn't have plans, a homemade, like, ham and egg bagel kind of thing sounds really good. Ham, egg, and cheese. Woodsman dude, Marcus said it on B5 right after he knocked everyone out and had no one to punch. Yes, it does come that. Nick is having the same issue I had forming sentences. Oh, no, I'm forming lots of sentences. Unfortunately, if the judge ever throws them at me, I will be forced to serve them sequentially and not concurrently. Hey, sentence hard. Me no English. Me no smart. English broken. Thanks for the heads up on that. But you know what? Hi, bot. Hi, bot. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. At least you're watching me from Twitch. FYI, I'm officially in a green room right now. Our living room is green. That explains so much, such as the counters in your green room. Anyway, nope. Every sentence I said was twisted into a green room last night during stupid o'clock. Sister Dawn said that after stupid o'clock ends, she's going to a convent. Learn more tonight in the unmentionable room. And while I will, like I said, while I will allow a measure of fun, don't poke too much fun at nuns because they're married to God, and I don't want to upset her husband. I did not say that. Geesh. You can explain it all later tonight. Thanks for the civil support. Anytime. The Redwood story is interesting. I need some kudzu while we are at HoloCon. We might know a guy. Where does the mayor live again? For real. For legal clarification, the last sentence had nothing to do with each other, and if they did, it was a joke. Sure. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Oh, City Koepp's coming in. And guess what? Right at the right time. Look at this. It's almost like it's been handcrafted, brought to you with the love and joy of... And as the screen says, please remember, contrary to anything you may hear, absolutely nothing happened in Sector 83 by 9 by 12 today. So please avoid that sector for no particular reason. And we've got, I believe you, Carl. Hi, Cindy. Hey, Cindy. And please remember that this is a humor program, not to be taken serious in any way, shape, or form, usually. Hey, Cindy. Waves. Tune in to Nevermind the Furthermore today at 9 a.m., 10 a.m. Who's going chicken hunting? Okay. Only ever liked one song, found out it wasn't even their song. It was a cover. And now I've got in my room trying to run through my mind. It's a bit of a deep cut, but if you know, you know. Update. Raul. I have to read that way so my brain doesn't turn it into Roswell. It's working on cover art for Heart of Sacrifice. I've seen the rough draft. Have I mentioned lately how fantastic his artwork is? No, but it is amazing stuff. Don says, I'm officially done talking. Everything I say seems to be twisted around. That's okay. If you can't talk, but do keep typing. We love your commentary. That's part of the fun, Don. I've started revising On Lines of Succession, one of 3 novels that got unpublished and when Under the Moon went under. Well, I'm glad you're resurrecting your books and getting them out. Hi, Steve. Wow. Okay. Sure, Don. Jill with 3D. Normally, I can't have that many running around in my mind either. Then I had it. That almost qualifies as a bot. Because I don't know. I need a lasso, a moped, a large quantity of donuts, and about 8 seats at Tap House Bar and Grill. I might be able to wrangle in enough of the Joes to make sentence. That ringtone was quite cheerful. Thank you. Don has never taken something someone said and turned it into a green room thought. She's innocent. Thank you. I need to find resources on formatting books. Good Lord willing, the creek don't rise. I'll be publishing 6 books in the next year or so. Oh, she's speaking in Nickese. May the farce be with you, and also with you. An editor who gives a bulk discount would be handy too. Yes, folks, if you can afford an editor, don't be an arrogant little twit and refuse to use one because you think you're too good for one. That reflects poorly on your works and you. Cindy, Lulu has templates for various sized books. For free, you can just paste the whole thing into a template. 3 more. Just need a copy edit, and 2 need a developmental edit, then a copy edit. Oh, it's been cool. Have to check that out. I've been publishing through Ingram Spark, which does not quite have anything like that. Even if you don't use Lulu, the templates are handy. Someday I will need to find those templates, Carl. Faboo. Oh, hi, Kiri. How you doing? Always glad to have you in the chat. I also try to keep some of Lulu templates on my computer, so let me know if you can't find them. And Roll is still hard at work on the art for Animal Eye 6. 4 and 5 still haven't made it to print yet. I know this is stressful, but one thing I do have from my days where I was more active on a program that's no longer with us, being Nerd Bacon, a lot of people will talk and do a lot. And maybe they make their first comic, but they rarely make a second. You're working on 4, 5, and 6. I know that you're having some substantial difficulties with the publishing side of things, but please don't let it discourage you. You are doing incredible work, and you're one of those people that just deserves to be discovered. Don says, hi, Manda, and hi, Xander. I don't know if you heard it, but they both say hi, Don. And now that Roll is working on art for AE6, I need to get on the script for AE7 and then be done with this. My motivation is truly struggling because of the publisher. The publisher. Wow. The publisher shenanigans. Sometimes I put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. Nobody ever told me wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey to me. Maybe that's because I'm the first one awake. Slept until 5:15 a.m. today, being lazy. My neurodivergence and years spent as a midnight worker means the fact that I get up in time to do a 10 o'clock show for y'all is pretty darn miraculous. That might be why. It'll need to be a while after we finish the AE miniseries before I get around to the second novel, the short stories, or anything else. Frustration is too high with the whole thing. That makes sense. When I do get back to it, I'm going to keep it indie. Keep it indie is total shirt material. I'll put that on the Joe Bachman needs to make merch pile. Got to get that man money somehow. Mayor lives on Logan. Ah! It's the one with the uncapped yard. I don't want to. All jokes, do not, guys, let's not even ingest, put anything allotting to anyone's actual geographic location. The irony in that. And isn't it ironic? I'm planning some book amigury specials for the Hallow Bertha Thankmas season. Stay tuned for that. There might be a newsletter for Patreon folks also. So come out and join the fun there. I need to do some work on my Patreon. Oh my God. Must went out of break time. Sign up for Patreon there and my newsletter there. So that's patreon.com/CKOEPP and the newsletter at CKOEPP.com. Bye. Toodles, Cindy. See you later, Cindy. See you later. We just love Dawn, maybe too much. Cindy Cat, welcome to today's show. And Joe, a bot, I can actually see this. In case you're wondering, Nick, yes, this is the same Joe in your studio. Not sure if you've seen my screen name. I have seen this. But you also, for some bizarre reason, write in a different cadence than normal on your Indie CD stream. So it comes out in my head like this. Don't give him ideas. He will create his own bot. Oh, dear Lord. That was scarier because that wasn't like, I'm going to do the Tim Curry expression. That was sincere evil. And yes, I can't shut up. LOL. Good. Keep talking. We like some noise when we're getting things done around here. He coded so much that he turned into a bot. The real question would be, is Joe in 3D a bot or am I? Ding, fries are done. Anyway, or yes. I've hugged Joe Bachman. He's real. Android. Are you sure about that? My extra fluff could just be hiding the hydraulic fluid that keeps my joints warm. Joe, I'm going to say this from the bottom of my heart. You cannot be a synth. In part because I'm not sure how holdable to contracts they are. And in part, that would mean that Trey is married to something that runs on batteries. And we can't have that. Data's crazier cousin. The way my joints are, I think I need to add. The music has shifted in my mind to dark classical, and I'm waiting for the Latin to start. Joe, Dawn, could that have been an actor hired to portray? Could it be the artist formerly known as Joe Bachman? But we have someone that will heat press his shirts on demand. Need the design, Joe. Don't say it like that. Don't say that, because I know him. He'll just pop up and go, need the design, Nick. I'll be like, what? What did I? How? No. Wait, yes, but, huh? Give me a framework. I will make something appear. Pretty sure they are real. I'll ask Trey. What is that buzzing sound? Okay. You really want the guy who created gradients on all this stuff to design. I am apparently paying back my karmic debt at an accelerated rate right now, vastly accelerated. I could design it for you. I mean, I did my t-shirt design. Yes, and yes, I started a design idea. It's not very finessed at all. Oh, goody, the second seasonal morning sneezing fits have begun. Almost time to feed the feline. No. No. Mm-mm. 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 No. We're just skipping that all the way to nope. See, nope. Nope. Any of y'all who think that following set of comments is hopping up on my thing, no. Y'all aren't even. You no. What you're getting? I'll show you what you're getting. This is what you're getting right here. You're getting this. This is what you're getting. You're not even getting that. No. 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 I got pockets full. No. I got them from Trey. Anyway. Skip. Okay. No. Yeah, not the green room. We're just gonna. Yeah. I have a new commercial that I need to run, so let's let it go. Matthew, I don't think you're in the chat today, but folks are interested. Like the dino shirt? Oh, hold on. That's right, folks. You have several commercials you need to make, Nick. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I type quite quickly. I looked at strangely more than once because folks think I'm doing the beating the hacker on a TV show, but in reality, words are truly forming. I am the worst typist on the planet. At least now I know it's because the nerves don't always listen. And I'm double jointed, so occasionally they just stumble over each other. You have several. I did no, ma'am. And that's all I have to say about that. I like that Matthew did. That may have been my finest moment in broadcasting, folks. Just that was a file 404 nick.exe not found. Interesting ad. Did it show where? Nope. That's awesome. I need to get that in the Indie CD brand. I am not a good typist. So many typos. I don't think it did, Carl. So, well, somebody reach out to Matthew Crakey and find it. You know, if you're going to run an ad, it should say what you're going to do or where to find it, like this. Nick Knows Nerf fans, I've got objects to unbox and discuss. So for the people who are like, Nick, you've neglected Nick Knows Nerf, they are coming. So there's an update to that. I like to hide updates at the end of the show because people, and I don't think it did. So I'm typing on my phone. You always need a call to action on ads. Always be promoting. I got that. Hold on. Why, yes, I am a hypocrite. Thank you. I'm glad you noticed. With that, friends, we have hit the hour mark. And I need to run a couple more ads real quick, and then we're going to wrap up the show. Say your goodbyes, because I have places to be, places to do, and people to be. So let's just kick the tires and light the fires. We'll do this ad.
Welcome, friends. I'm Lloyd at Thesis, and this is my tea house. Come join me every Saturday at 5:30 p.m. Mountain Time as we discuss Chinese culture, history, philosophy, and of course, martial arts. You can find me at youtube.com/BLADEDTH3SIS. Pull up a chair, grab a cup of tea, or the drink of your choice, and join the discussion.
And I want to remind you guys to let me have it.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel, but otherwise, I'm Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
With that, folks, I'm going to wrap this up and say I hope you all have a lovely day. This is not me skipping over the comments that are trying to allege that somehow I have outed myself as a cryptid, because I am not a cryptid. It is clearly written in the print. Right here. And by accepting the ticker as valid, you have to accept the subtitling, which is, of course, not a cryptid. So every time you have forced me to flash the not the green room, you are indeed accepting contractually that I am also not a cryptid. Thank you. Have a nice day. And guys, with that, keep writing, keep drawing, keep creating, because as long as you do, you can edit it. You can improve it. You can make it better, but you can't edit a blank page. I love you, and you should too. Toodles.